Like any organization, Next Step began with an idea to help men struggling with addictions and other life-crippling decisions. In 2005, Next Step housed a few men on Chambers Road in Macon. It quickly outgrew that Chambers Road home and moved to a larger home closer to downtown. In 2015, one home expanded to 2 and then to 3. In 2017, it became very clear that Next Step would have to move again as the demand for recovery was overwhelming. The courts were calling, parents were calling, probation officers were calling. In November 2017, Next Step purchased an old nursing home and quickly remodeled it to fit our needs. Today, we can hold up to 30 men. In August 2020, Next Step purchased an adjacent lot to expand our firewood operations. In December of 2020, Next Step purchased property for transitional housing and storage. Today, Next Step is poised to expand and grow its operations to not only impact the lives of men and their families, but to impact a very depressed and forgotten part of Macon. For 17 years, Next Step has never stopped growing and never stopped moving forward, and we don't plan to stop now. I'm often asked, what does Next Step do? In my mind, I like to say that Next Step builds men. Men who have struggled their whole lives with drugs, alcohol, relationships, and a host of other challenges. Next Step takes the underdog and makes him a champion. I like that word champion. To make a champion out of someone who thought they would always be the underdog, that's a great feeling. What does it take to make a champion? What do we offer these men to raise them from addiction, jail, prison, and broken lives? What does it take to build a champion? First, we introduce or reintroduce them to the Word of God and truths that will not only change their thinking, but truths that will change their lives and their families' lives. We offer them hope where all hope had been lost. Second, champions have integrity and character. We spend countless hours in class, counseling, working through tough life issues. For the first 6 months of the program, our men don't work. They are simply mentored, discipled, and counseled. Third, we teach work ethic and discipline. We work long and hard hours. We wake up early and we go to bed late. We volunteer, we fundraise, we do dirty jobs that make us smell at times. We learn to operate equipment and fix stuff. We even learn to fail with grace and humility. Many times we find that failure is our greatest friend. Fourth, we teach men how to manage time and resources. Most of these men have never saved $1 in their lives. Many graduate Next Step with more money in savings than they ever imagined and can afford a place to live, a car, and many other things. Finally, we teach men how to be a good husband, father, son, and friend. We teach them respect and honor. We teach them to be honest with themselves and others, to look themselves in the mirror each day and challenge themselves to be the best person for someone else. We want selfless men who sacrifice for others. Do we do addiction recovery? Certainly, but Next Step is so much more than recovery. I often say that if you wake up today and your only goal is to not get drunk or high, then you will fail. Anyone can stay sober for a period of time. I want men who will be victorious champions for life. God has blessed Next Step immensely since our small and humble beginnings in 2005. We have grown from just a handful of men to housing close to 30 men today. However, champions and championship teams never stop improving. They never stop changing. They never stop getting uncomfortable. That's where Next Step is today. We are at a point where we must make some bold moves for the future. Not only is Next Step rebuilding the lives of men, but we operate in a part of Macon that time left behind. We minister to broken men in a broken part of our city. Next Step is not only a light to these men, but we must be a light to those around us. No one invests in our area of the globe anymore, but we must. So we have 2 big areas that need attention and need other championship partners to help us reach our goals. Number 1, construction of our new counseling and support center. We desperately need additional counseling offices, a resource center and library, bathroom space, and on-site storage. This building will also house a fitness room, commercial laundry facilities for our men, and a host of other services for them. Number 2, we desperately need transitional housing. Many of our men graduate but require additional follow-up, accountability, and counseling. Transitional housing is a tremendous need. We have purchased the property and we have the building, but it's in desperate need of remodeling and upgrading in order to safely and efficiently accommodate our men. Combined, these projects will cost close to $1 million. We understand that this is a huge undertaking. However, champions don't stay champions by thinking small or playing defense the whole time. We believe that we owe this to our men and to make it. Champions don't succeed alone. It takes a team, and we need more team members. We need people like you to help us to continue to grow the mission of Next Step. Will you partner with Next Step to help us fund these projects? Will you be a Next Step champion? We understand that you have multiple priorities and passions. Therefore, we offer several ways to partner with Next Step through online giving, golf tournament sponsorships, our VIP program, or our Men at Work program. Thank you for taking the time to watch our video and spend time with us today. We know your time and money are valuable, so we don't take it for granted. Go out today and be a champion in someone's life.